Who will stay with Mom? The question hung in the room, and no one answered. One brother said, I can't, I have university. Another said, I have work. Another avoided her eyes and stayed silent. One by one, everyone walked away. Mom smiled, but her eyes were empty. Days passed, no calls. No visits, no love. Then only one person came back, the younger brother. He stood in front of her and said, Mom, I will stay with you. I don't have a big house, he said. I don't have a lot of money, but I have my heart and my company. From that day, he cooked her meals. He sat beside her every night. He listened to her stories. He held her hand when she couldn't sleep. While the others forgot her, he became her world. Years passed. The brothers returned, but Mom only smiled at one face, the one who never left. If this story touched your heart, don't scroll. Like, share, and subscribe, because real love still exists. I was working at the shop one busy day when a man came in. He looked hungry and politely asked, Can I have a piece of bread, please? I packed a piece and added a little extra. He tried to pay, but I told him, No need to pay. Everyone deserves a meal. Some people looked surprised, but then they smiled. The man thanked me and left with gratitude. Seeing this, many customers started saying, Wow, that was really kind of you. That day I realized, true success isn't just money, it's kindness and humanity. Comment Amen if you believe kindness always wins. Like, if this story touched your heart, subscribe, follow for more inspiring stories. No homeless dogs allowed? I was working at the shop one busy afternoon. The place was packed with people. Suddenly, a homeless man walked in. He looked tired and hungry. Can I have just one piece of bread, please? He asked softly. I packed one piece and added a little extra. He reached into his pocket and took out $10 dirty to pay. I smiled and said, No need to pay. Then my boss came. What are you doing? He shouted angrily. How dare you come here, you dirty animal? He snatched the food from the man's hand and threw it in the trash. I couldn't believe it. And then something amazing happened. People who were sitting quietly started getting up. If the homeless man can't eat here, we can't either. One by one, everyone left the shop. I turned to my boss and said, I'm quitting. A month later, his shop closed. Not because there was no money, but because there was no humanity. Comment Amen if you believe helping others is more important than money. Drop a heart if kindness matters. Subscribe for more stories that touch the soul. Stop the bus! A pregnant woman cried out as the driver hit the brakes. I need a hospital now, she sobbed. My baby is coming! The driver shook his head, terrified. I can't change my route, I'll lose my job. Before anyone could speak, a young man stood up. I'll help her. He picked up her bag and guided her off the bus. Wait! The driver yelled. Your briefcase! Leave it, the young man said calmly. A human life is worth more than anything. He rushed her into his car and sped toward the nearest hospital. Doctors and nurses ran as soon as they arrived. The young man stayed behind, whispering a prayer. Please, God, protect them. Time felt endless. At last, a doctor walked out. Are you her husband? No, he answered softly. I'm just someone who helped, the doctor smiled. Then know this. You saved both a mother and her child. They're safe. Relieved, the young man turned to go. Wait! A man ran in, fear all over his face. Where is my wife? After a few moments, he returned with tears in his eyes and held the young man tightly. You saved my family. It was nothing, the young man replied. No, the man said firmly. You gave up something important today. The young man froze. How do you know? I'm the CEO of Mercury Corp, the man said. You were coming to meet me for an interview. He handed him the briefcase. The bus driver made sure it was returned. The CEO smiled warmly. You chose compassion over ambition. That's rare. You're hired, at twice the pay. The young man couldn't hold back his tears. And one more thing, the man added, giving him an envelope. $50,000 for my daughter's first birthday. You gave her a future. The young man dropped to his knees. I only prayed, he whispered, and God answered. When you choose people first, blessings follow. Faith never goes unnoticed. Comment Amen if you believe. Like, if faith still matters. Follow for stories that bring hope. Boss, I want my paycheck. I don't want to work on this farm anymore. The boss looked shocked. You've been with me for over 30 years, Mr. Moreira. Why leave now? Moreira sighed. 30 years, and I have nothing. You change cars every year. I don't even have one. You own land and a house. I still pay rent. I'm getting old. I need one last chance to achieve something. The boss nodded sadly. You are my best employee, my right hand. But I understand. I'll pay you everything you deserve." Then he added, "I'm traveling to the US for a few months. Please handle this last planting season for me." He handed Marrera his company card. "Buy the best seeds, the best fertilizer. There's no limit. I want the best harvest ever." After the boss left, a co-worker whispered, "We can buy cheap supplies and keep the money. No one will know." Marrera stayed quiet, then said, "My parents taught me one thing. Never take what isn't yours. I'll do what's right, even if no one is watching." The co-worker walked away angry. Marrera whispered, "Doing what's right always pays off." But he didn't know. This one honest decision was about to change his life forever. "Stop the bus!" a pregnant woman screamed. The driver slammed the brakes. "I need a hospital now." "My baby is coming!" The driver panicked. "I can't leave my route. I'll lose my job." A young man jumped up. "I'll take her." He grabbed her bag, helped her off the bus, and ran to his car. "Your briefcase!" the driver shouted. "Keep it," he said. "A life matters more." He drove as fast as he could. At the hospital, nurses ran out and took the woman inside. The young man sat down and prayed quietly. "God, please save them both." Hours later, a doctor came out. "You're the husband?" "No, just a stranger." "Well, stranger, you saved 2 lives today. Mother and baby are perfect." The young man smiled and stood to leave. Then the husband rushed over. You saved my family. Anyone would help?" "No," he replied. "You lost your briefcase, your job interview, everything." The husband smiled. "I'm the CEO of Mercury Corp. You were coming to interview with me. The bus driver brought this." He handed the briefcase back. "You chose life over career. That's the employee I need. You're hired. Double the salary we posted." Tears filled the young man's eyes. "And one more thing." The husband handed him an envelope. $50,000 for my daughter's first birthday? You gave her life." The young man fell to his knees. "I just prayed. God answered. When you put others first, God puts you first." Comment amen if this touched your heart. Like if you believe kindness is always rewarded. Subscribe for more stories that inspire and change lives. "Stop the bus!" a pregnant woman screamed. The driver slammed the brakes. "I need a hospital now," she cried. "My baby is coming." The driver panicked. "I can't leave my route. I'll lose my job." Then a young man stood up. "I'll take her." He grabbed her bag and helped her off the bus. "Wait! Your briefcase!" the driver shouted. "Keep it," the young man said. "A life matters more." He rushed her to his car and drove as fast as he could. At the hospital, nurses ran out and took the woman inside. The young man sat quietly and prayed, "God, please save them both." Hours passed. Finally, a doctor emerged. "Are you the husband?" "No," he replied. "Just a stranger." "Well, stranger," the doctor smiled. "You saved 2 lives today. Mother and baby are perfectly healthy." The young man smiled and stood to leave. "Wait," a man called out. "Where's my wife?" Minutes later, the man returned, tears in his eyes. He grabbed the young man's hands. "You saved my family." "Anyone would have helped," the young man said. "No," the man replied. "You lost your briefcase, your job interview, everything." The young man froze. "How did you know?" "I'm the CEO of Mercury Corp," the man said. "You were coming to interview with me today." He handed back the briefcase. "You chose life over your career. That's the kind of person I want. You're hired at double the salary." Tears filled the young man's eyes. "And one more thing," the CEO added, handing him an envelope. $50,000 for my daughter's first birthday? You gave her life." The young man fell to his knees. "I only prayed," he whispered. God answered. God rewards those who put others first. If you believe God blesses selfless acts, comment amen. Like this video, subscribe for more inspiring stories that restore hope. "Stop the bus!" a pregnant woman screamed. "I need a hospital now." The driver slammed the brakes, panicking. "I can't leave my route. I'll lose my job." Suddenly, a young man stood up. "I'll take her." He grabbed her bag and helped her off the bus. "Wait! Your briefcase!" the driver shouted. "Keep it," the young man said. "A life matters more." He rushed her to his car and drove as fast as he could. At the hospital, nurses ran out and took her inside. The young man sat down and prayed quietly. "God, please save them both." Hours passed. Finally, a doctor walked out. "Are you the husband?" "No," he replied. "Just a stranger." The doctor smiled. "Well, stranger, you saved 2 lives today. Mother and baby are perfectly healthy." The young man smiled and stood to leave. "Wait!" a man rushed in. "Where's my wife?" The doctor pointed to the room. Minutes later, the man returned, eyes filled with tears. "You saved my family." "Anyone would have helped," the young man said. "No," the man replied. "You lost your briefcase, your job interview, everything." The young man froze. "How did you know?" I'm the CEO of Mercury Corp, the man said. You were coming to interview with me today? He handed him the briefcase the bus driver had returned. You chose life over your career. That's the kind of person I want. You're hired at double the salary. Tears filled the young man's eyes. And one more thing, the CEO said, handing him an envelope. $50,000 for my daughter's first birthday? You gave her life. The young man fell to his knees. I only prayed, he whispered. God answered. God rewards those who put others first. Comment amen if you believe in choosing others first. Like if faith and compassion still matter. Subscribe for more stories that restore hope.